Here in Week 14, the 9-3 Saints played host to their rival, the 10-2 Atlanta Falcons. We'll start things off with the Saints on offense on their own 9-yard line. It's a play action to Kamara, and then Teddy's going to launch one all the way down the field, and Michael Thomas comes down with it around 4 defenders. Huge catch by the former Ohio State Buckeye, and that's going to be a handoff to Mark Ingram, who sheds a tackler and then gets down into the red zone. Unfortunately, they would not get any farther, so the Saints settle for a field goal. They strike first. It's 3-0. Later on in the first quarter, Falcons on offense, TJ Yates still in for the injured Matt Ryan, who was injured in the last game, and Kenny Vaccaro is laying down the hammer. Forces Hawkins the fumble, and the Saints take back over on offense. But unfortunately, Teddy throws into coverage, did not see the linebacker over the middle, and it's picked off by Campbell, who sheds a tackler, and he's going to try to go all the way. Teddy, for whatever reason, did not tackle him until he was inside the 5-yard line, down to the 2, and then the drive was capped off by Devonta Freeman as he punches it in from essentially the goal line, and the Saints lose their lead as the Falcons are now up 7-3. Second quarter action now. It's going to be a handoff to Alvin Kamara, and he's going to have himself a first down. Later on in the drive, it's 2nd and 2 inside the 20-yard line, and Teddy is going to go over the middle into coverage for Ted Ginn. Unfortunately, yet again, they settle for a field goal, so it's a 1-point lead for the Saints heading into the second half. 7-6 Falcons lead. As we are in the third quarter, Teddy rolling out to his right to avoid pressure, high steps out of a tackle, and he's off to the races. Down the sidelines, gets pushed at the 50-yard line, and then the very next play, Teddy with a play action to Ingram, and then stands in the pocket, waits for his man to get downfield, and launches a perfect throw to the Rutgers product Brandon Coleman for a 50-yard touchdown, and the Saints are now on top 12-7. They tried to go for 2 to make it a 7-point lead, but instead it's only a 5-point lead as they did not get the 2-point conversion. And then TJ Yates proceeded to throw an interception right to Kenny Vaccaro as he overthrew his man, and the Saints take over on offense about midway, or about 7 minutes left in the third quarter. So Teddy rolling out to his right finds Michael Thomas coming across on the crossing route, and he gets into Falcons territory. Now it's 2nd and 17 after a sack. It's a handoff to Kamara. He gets decent amount of yardage, but they cannot get the first down. So 4th and 5, they send it the kicking team. It's now a 15-7 lead for the Saints. Later in the third, TJ Yates and the Falcons are back on offense, and Devonta Freeman is stuffed on 3rd and inches by the defense. So they send it the kicking team, and the Falcons make it a 15-10 game. Saints still in the lead, obviously. We move on to the fourth quarter now. Saints on offense. Teddy in the pocket, rolling out to his right, and he takes off for himself. He's got a bunch of running room, slides before contact down at the 21-yard line. Later in the drive, they're down at the 7, and Teddy is going to throw into coverage yet again, and it's picked off by Keanu Neal. So the Falcons are going the other way with it, but they're on their own 4 to start out. Now on their own 6, it's 3rd and 8. Yates has Hooper in the flats, but Marcus Williams lays him out just before the first down marker. They punt, and the Saints are back on offense 15-10, but Alvin Kamara spins out of a tackle and is then stripped. So the Falcons get the ball back with about 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So 4:28 now, Yates in the shotgun. It's 1st and 10. He has Freeman coming across the middle, spins at 2 defenders, breaks McDonald's tackle, and then is eventually taken down at the 5-yard line, where the drive was eventually capped off 2 plays later as Austin Hooper is wide open in the end zone, and the Falcons now take an 18-15 lead over the Saints. 2-minute drill for Teddy Bridgewater. He has Brandon Coleman on the corner route. He's going to get into Falcons territory, drags a man for a few extra yards. Very next play, handoff to Kamara. They're still trusting him after the fumble, and he manages to get the first down on a rush. Now it's 3rd and 4 on the 10. Kamara yet again, this time coming out of the backfield on the wheel route, fumbles at the goal line, but picks it right back up. 19 seconds left, 1st and goal. Very next play, it's a pitch to Kamara, and he gets it into the end zone, and the Saints walk this one off essentially 22-18 over the Falcons. A 2-minute drill comeback led by Teddy Bridgewater, and the Saints are now even on the year in their season series against the Falcons, as both teams now sit at 10-3 on the season atop the NFC South. The offense was a bit sloppy, but they did get the job done as Teddy had 2 interceptions on the day and Alvin Kamara had 2 fumbles as well. They did run for 92 yards on 20 carries, Mark Ingram 9 for 52. Even Teddy Bridgewater had 94 rushing yards on the ground on 6 scrambles. And with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of New Orleans Saints football. I've been your host, Jerseyborn, and I'm saying goodbye.
This old man had a hard time getting here. You can